Also on Drag Race, we look so fucking oily on Drag Race. I'm so livid.
It's been drag for too long.
But I'm looking and I'm like, I look oily. And it's worse for me because I'm literally in makeup like all day.
And Blacktion. Hello, my honeys. It's me, Tayris Mongardi from RuPaul's Drag Race UK Series 7. And welcome to the premiere of BBL. Black Beauties Live. This is a little talk show, a little cut up, a little kiki for the melanated who deserve to be celebrated. This week I'm joined with my super sister, recent eliminee, but trans icon, absolute diva, the fabulous Nyongbella. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, I'm so honored to be here in like the lovely, lovely Brighton.
How was your journey?
It was great, got on the train, got here.
It's a Sunday as well, Sunday service.
Yeah, I mean, there's no tubes. It was kind of like, I was a bit scared I was going to be late, but we made it.
Whereabouts do you live? You don't have to dox out your postcode.
Oh, the killer.
Where's the killer?
Like, the killer. I don't want to give my address.
Oh,
but, like,
I was like, that London area. Like,
well, I live in London, where
cool.
I would not be saying. But it's not the ghetto, contrary to like popular belief. I do not live in the ghetto.
We're getting crazy from the jump, fierce. So if you didn't know, Nyongbella is a transatlantic diva. So what is your kind of journey with that? Because I know that you live in London, but you grew up in Cameroon. So like, what is the kind of timeline?
Okay, so what it is, I was born and raised in London. I lived in London for about, I was like 11. Then from 12 to 16, lived in Cameroon. And obviously Cameroon is like an English and French country. But the thing is, like, I was mainly in the French part. So everyone around me would like speak French. But then to me, they would attempt to speak English. But then I don't know how else to describe it, but like, unless you're in it, then you like kind of know how it is. A lot of Africans have this weird thing, like when they know that you're like from the West, they will speak to you like in this American accent, like this very fake American accent. The only time I would hear English was in this fake American accent. And then that coupled with like the only English TV I had was like like Keeping Up with the Kardashians and stuff. I would just like hear this like American accent all the time. So I kind of picked that up as well with like a little French, a little British English. And then now I'm just like this big like kerfuffle, muddle amalgamation of accents. And here we are now with my allegedly real accent.
Very bones in the girl group, the American
I mean,
West.
when she does it, it's great. She can win. When I get told that, let's not even get into that.
I'm not fat with power. I'm just fat these days.
Exactly.
Wait, so yeah, I think you've got such a distinctive voice. Can you do your Jigglypuff impression for the camera?
Okay. All right, give me something to say.
Hello, BBL darlings. Your angel has arrived.
Okay. God, that's a lot of words. Let me see. Jigglypuff. Hello, BBL darlings. It's me, Jigglypuff.
That's I can't. Can I do any impression? Or you have to see me in the Snatch game if I make it that far. You never know.
There we go.
So how did we first meet? Because I was thinking this earlier because I don't remember if I knew you before the gig.
I feel like we had each other like online a little bit before we actually did the gig together. The gig in question being the chocolate box, which is...
Can I tell you why I'm doing that? Is it announced? Yeah, I can say that.
Yeah.
I think I'm doing one at... I'm going to beat this.
Okay.
That hasn't been announced yet, so that gets cut. I'll put some kind of Animal Crossing sound effect, as per usual. But we're doing it at Butlins in January.
Ooh, major.
Yeah, they reached out to me. Well, the person who booked it used to live in Brighton, and he knew where I'd been. So it was like, oh, okay, we're booking you now, but it's a good fee. I'll cut this on camera. Yeah, so I booked you, that was last June, maybe?
Yeah, it was around the summer.
Yeah, because it was, me, you, Alex Fincher, Aurora Star, my little brother, DC.
Yes. He's so cute, by the way.
I know, I love him.
He's really cute.
He came to my episode 1 viewing party. And I said on the mic as well, I was like, Sonny, just so you know, so many of my gay friends think you're really attractive. And like every time I post a picture of him on my story, they'll be like, oh, is he like single? I was like, he's a raging heterosexual. But yeah, was that really the first time that we met?
I feel like it was, because I can't recall like a time before then that we actually met. So I feel like it had to have been.
But also, fun fact, we did the gig, and at the end of the gig, I was like, oh, we need to do something soon. I'll see you soon, baby. And she was like, if I don't see you before, I'll see you in the workroom. And we're like oh. And then, because, can I say this? No, right. So I didn't actually know that I was going to apply for season 7.
Yeah.
Because I think at the time, when we did the chocolate box, that was about June, July, I was in the process for I Kissed a Boy. And I think I've mentioned it in the past on my stories or something, but so I ended up being one of the reserves. So I got all the way down to the end, and I got told no. I was doing this gig with Kiki and LaBelle in Hastings. So I got told no, I Kissed a Boy. Would have been like first week of September. And the applications for Drag Race came out the week after. Because I feel like, for anyone who doesn't know at home, the Drag Race application like turnaround is really quick. We did like the tape deadline and we got told, about 2 weeks? We got the first call after. Whereas I Kissed a Boy, it was like a 4-month affair.
Yeah.
And you do one thing, then not here for like a month. And I'm like, we're through to the last bit.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I was like, I can't do it anymore, long. And then one of the handlers messaged me to be like, just catching up. And she was like, are you going for Drag Race? And I said, I don't think so. And she was like, I think you should. But like just in a conversation, I think you should. You do drag.
Yeah.
But what I heard in the back of my head was, I think you should. And I was like, oh my God, I haven't got an I Kissed a Boy. Because they're saving me for Drag Race Season 7. So I have to apply and I have to smash this tape.
Yeah.
And then I got it. And then when we finished filming, I said to one of the producers, I was like, was there any relation between the two? And they said, absolutely not. Like, we have no contact with them at all. It's just by chance. But I'm so glad we got to do it together.
No, I'm so happy, honestly, because like obviously, like you saw me walking to the workroom first, which I love the picture as well, like of like you just like reacted to me walking to the workroom. It's so cute.
I know, but I'm such a drama queen. I'm so facially expressive. Like you walked in, I'm there like.
No, but I loved it. No, it was more like.
I know. It was pride.
It was like proud, like big sister, and I was like, oh.
Tea and like full shade. You never know like how many queens of color are going to be on the season. Yeah. So it is validating to like see another girl and be like, we're fighting the same fight.
No, 100%. And I was actually quite like happy that like the queens of color of the season were like girls I actually knew beforehand.
Yeah, tea.
Yeah.
So going into Drag Race, how many of the other queens did you know already?
I knew everyone from London and like the adjacent area. So that means I knew you, of course. Chai, Bones, Paige, Pasty, 5 people. So
I think 5 London girls.
Yeah, not including myself. That was like 5 other people that I knew.
I think the only one that I'd never heard of at all was Elle. Which became a whole storyline as we saw.
Nobody knew.
But also, they really tried to make out like, you don't know who she is. I was like, she doesn't live in my country. Do you know what I mean? Like, because obviously you hear the things about people who are going. You hear the rumours going around. And like, I heard Katrin was going from like a designer. Yeah. And I knew Viola from like Queen of the Universe. And also, I will say, when you get the call, even the first one, they're like, don't tell anyone. But obviously, Nyongbella has so much faith in me. I think you told me, like, I want to say 8 days. I messaged her, because we have been friends now for a good like year or so. 100%. And I messaged her because we'd just done a ball, the Get Busy ball. Where is it? Is it Embankment?
Embankment, like the Halloween one, right?
Yeah. And then, so we'd just done this gig, this ball. We both walked. And then they announced another one for December. So I messaged you. I'd heard through the grapevine that you might be going, but I was like, she might tell me, but I don't want to pry. So I messaged her to be like, are you going to the ball, by the way? And it was also a genuine question, because I was kind of wondering, could I do both? Yeah. Because, for instance, I had to pull out of other things that we were doing. I was supposed to do that big Brighton Christmas pageant, but I just couldn't make it work with the time and the money. Yeah, so I messaged her to be like, are you going to the ball in December? And she was like, no, I don't know what I'll wear, but I might be getting ready for camp.
No, literally, I was so just like, I'm kind of surprised that it didn't like get back to producers, because I was so just like, not that I was like shouting it for the rooftops, but just like if someone asked me, I'd be like, yeah, I'm on the show.
And like the thing is, you just need so many resources. It's so like impossible to hide. And also some of these designers were doing us dirty. Like for instance, I won't say who because I don't want to air them like that. But one of our queens was getting designers to sign NDAs. And designers are coming up to me at these fittings being like, I'm making stuff for blank. And I was like, well, if you're making stuff for blank and you're telling me, that means you're also telling blank that I'm going to be there, which is really irritating.
Yeah. Like I heard there was like a designers group chat where like they were like exchanging like deets and stuff.
Crazy. Like there's this one designer who I won't name, but they used to live in Brighton. If you can work that out, good luck. And I purposely didn't use them because every year in the past, and they're only gossiped, but they've shown me designs for other people. Ooh. And I was like, oof. And then the same thing happened. I remember Katrin and Viola said the designer was showing them each other's work. And I was like, that's so out of pocket. I would lose my mind. So how many times did you apply for Drag Race?
Well, technically, this is like my first real audition. However,
Must be nice.
Well, I mean, we saw how that went, so you know. Maybe sometimes we'll wait a bit more. Yeah. Maybe.
Also, I will say, when we're recording this, it's the Sunday before. So we've just watched a girl group where you and I were both spited for no reason. But so we don't even know. We've got an idea of what's in episode 4. And I mean, we lived it. Yeah. Neither of us have seen the edit. So we might come off awfully.
No, they might cry. Can I say that I got eliminated?
Yeah, this is going out the Tuesday after.
Yeah, who knows? They might cry that I got eliminated. Who knows? RuPaul might cry. Maybe the queens cry. I don't know.
I cried. I definitely cried.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
Aww.
I cried when you walked in and nothing had happened yet. I was like, there she is.
No, I'm touched. At least one person cried. I'm happy.
Also, I will say this, I don't care.
Yeah, say it.
I saw Bella before she even walked into the workroom because we kind of got brought to the studio in the order we were going to walk in, and they were moving you around the venue. So I was at the front waiting to go downstairs, and there was like a window. So then I was looking out the window doing out my nails, and in walks Pasty, and I was like into the studio, and I was like, oh my God, that's so fierce. And next I saw you coming in your little like white costume. I was like, oh God, there's Bella. And then they took me down. So after Pasty walked in, like I knew you'd be the next person in the room. But no, it's just crazy.
Is that why you said, I hope they bring in a shit one? Because you knew it was going to be
No,
Pasty.
no, I said that before Pasty walked in. I didn't know that Slex was coming before her. Stuff like that. I don't even remember saying that. Do you feel like everything you've said on this show, you remember saying?
Oh. Let's never get to what I was saying on that TV show, first of all. Because you had to get me together at one point.
Well, do you want to spill that?
No, I was saying, because I was saying, when I tell you guys, I was saying any and everything on that TV show. I forgot I was mic'd. I forgot there were cameras. I would just be talking. And then you and like so many other people had to be like, babes, you're mic'd. Babes, the cameras are rolling. Do not say that.
I remember saying to episode 4, like, cause obviously you've been in the bottom a couple of times, unfairly, and you were like, oh, I'm going home, I'm sick of this. And you were like cussing them out, and you were on the mic in the middle of Untucked. And I was like, Bella, like, you're mic'd? And you went, what are they going to do? Send me home without a lip sync? And I was like, I'm in work. Like, I was
and
like,
you know what? And I wish they did. I wish it just sent me home, quite honestly.
To be fair, I don't know if it's in the edit now. I think you were winning the lip sync until your shoes
Until my
came
shoes
off.
came off, yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's a wrap.
I mean, like, I would have won anyways, though, because like I don't think they would have kept me over Selecta.
She was struggling to walk in the shoes too, but she's always struggling to walk in the shoes.
I mean, that's cute. Also, I think the fans would have been livid if I won another lip sync without knowing the words. I think they would have rioted.
Girl, did you not know the words to Pearls either?
No.
Oh, I actually really wanted to do Pearls. I thought it was a really gorgeous song.
To be honest, the only song that I knew the words to was the Mel and Kim song that they took off.
Yes. So when you go to Film Drag Race, they sent us a list of, I want to say, 21, 22 songs.
Yeah.
And obviously, most of those don't get used. And we were adding new ones when we got there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it never gets used, but they had, like, Holding Out for a Hero, which wasn't on the original list. They got added on and taken off, and it kind of happened a couple times. But, yeah, there was, like, a long list of 21, 22 songs. Was it Showing Out by Mel and Kim?
Yeah, Showing Out.
It was, like, old school black banger. And
like,
I was like, this would be so fierce. And it is very you.
It is so me. It's just like, I can pose, I can do, Because I think that's like my one biggest like frustration with like Drag Race, I think. And why I'm like, I'm so livid we didn't do the talent show like episode 1. Because it's like, yeah, I lip synced a bunch, but like, that is not how I perform. Like, if you like come to see me on a night out, you'll never see me do like, you would definitely never see me do like Charlie XCX. I'm so sorry. Love you, Charlie. I'm a massive fan. I'm a huge fan, Charlie, I promise. But yeah, Von Dutch is not my song. I'm sorry. Sound of the Underground wouldn't really do that either.
You ate that, though. I think you should do that, the gig. Also, there are people in the room. The live studio audience of 3 people. I thought she ate Sound of the Underground. Do you not think?
Thank you.
Thank you. And the cow went mild, yeah.
However, she does not know the words, and I don't intend to learn the words for it. So,
Real.
yeah.
There was one song on the list that didn't end up making it to the final cut because we got given, the 21, 22.
Yeah.
And when we got to set, they gave us the little iPods with the songs on it. And there was maybe, 10 songs on there? They'd take things on and off the iPod as it happened. So, like, they gave us the track to She Ate That, and we listened to it, and they took it off again. Which I was like, I want to keep it for the whole season. This is fierce. It was the crunchiest version because they recorded it on their, laptop. I'm like,
yeah, with the little, vocal da-da-da.
Can we say that? I don't care. When you get the track to these girl groups, because at first I was like, who is this? It's Rue. But she's not saying any words. She's just making sound like, my man, a man, and a wow, and a meanie mo. And I was like, I want this. I don't even want our track. I want this.
Oh, actually, no, I think we can talk about it because I saw Got Mick. I saw a clip of them talking about it and how their girl group verse or whatever, they'd never done music before. So they thought they had to write their verse the beat of that little da 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 da. So that's why her verse was so da da. Da, 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 da. Yeah.
Oh, so applying for the show. So you said you applied once.
Yeah.
How did you find the preparation for the show?
It was the most stressful thing ever. Also, I lied on the show, by the way. I hadn't done drag for 2 years. I'd done drag for a year and a half. I did the maths and I was like, I started drag around mid 2023 and we filmed 2025, early 2025.
Yeah.
So that's a year and a half, isn't it? Obviously, I've always been pretty self-sufficient with my drag. I did my own hair, I did my own costumes, da, da, da. And now I've got to find people. And I was like, I don't really know a lot of people that can do hair or can sew, especially to a proper level.
The standard you need. Yeah.
Exactly. Because I'm I can sew and stuff, but I don't think I'm a seamstress like to that level. Like I can make something like that suffices. So I was like, yeah, I don't know anyone. Like the people that I did know, like they were working on like so many other girls as well. So I was like, yeah, I've kind of got nothing, to be honest.
It is really difficult. And I remember season 3, obviously Anubis was cast, she's from Brighton, and it was in the middle of lockdown. And the only thing she'd ever gotten custom made was by like 1 or 2 different designers. So in the end, Renette, who used to work in Brighton, who, I'll spoil that. Because it's in the talent show. They make my runway for next week. I'll see you there. But they had to make, I think, 11 looks for Anubis because Anubis was like, I don't know anyone. I can't go travel for measurements, like fittings. It's also just a lot of time, and it really is a lot of money.
It is.
Like, we're lucky that, we won't say how much because that's tacky, but we do get a bit of a stipend now.
Emphasis on bit.
Yeah. And I think that's in exchange for the fact there's not like a guaranteed tour or anything. But
I really tried to stay in it, but like I just could not.
because even you just forget silly things like I'm paying money for traveling. Renadonis made my Brit Gala outfit, and then Fang, who's ASEAN Studios, made my girl group outfit. So they're both Manchester based. So I was traveling up to Manchester like 2 or 3 times in 1 month just to be there for like half an hour. I'm like, oh, this frock's lovely.
Yeah.
Let me go home. No, but like, the preparation was really hard, and you want to do your best to kind of keep it. I don't know how you approached it. For me, for instance, I was like, I want to work with as many designers I already know as possible because I have more comfortability in our professional relationship.
Yeah.
But also, I would rather design everything that I like and conceptualize everything that I like and approach designers that I'm like, hey, you're excellent at this. Can you make me this? As opposed to just going to the designer and think, I know you make clothes. So can you make me something?
Yeah. I mean, like for me, because I just genuinely like did not know anyone, so it was kind of like, so the people that I did know, I was like, okay, well, these are the outfits. I've already designed everything.
Yeah.
Just kind of, what do you gravitate towards? And then just kind of like work that way. Like there were some things like I knew, there were certain runways that I just knew that would be a bit more like maybe like high concept or just a bit more like crazy, like outgoing or whatever. Like, okay, I need someone who like specializes in doing stuff like that to do this. But otherwise, like things that were just like fabrics and like a dress or like or whatever. I was like, I'll just give this to whoever.
And do you know what I will say? This is no shade past seasons. I feel like there was a really strong aesthetic jump in our runways for this season. So I'm looking at last season and being like, okay, there's a couple people like Marmalade and Relisa who clearly have like conceptually strong and executedly strong outfits every single time. But I was like, okay, I've cobbled together the best package I can afford and get my hands on at this time.
Yeah.
And I was walking around that first day for the Brit Gala alone. So, and I know Selexa makes half our costumes. So like seeing Selexa's Brit Gala in person, she's like 8 foot tall.
Yeah.
And I was actually like, I'm in danger.
No, literally seeing her runways was like, ooh.
Is that a read?
In the best way possible. It was like, ooh, like for me, I'm like, ooh, girl.
Yeah. So where does your fashion eye come from?
I don't know. I feel like I have like such like a big like conglomerate like of like inspirations, like editorials, like fashion illustrations, cartoons. I'm like really into cartoons, like the whimsical and the whimsy, like anime, showgirls as well. Like I'm really into like the showgirl burlesque aesthetic, which is kind of like where my drag is like leaning towards now.
Yeah.
But in general, that is kind of like where I'm more focused on.
I thought also, to be fair, you said you'd do your hair to kind of match my vibe.
Yeah, I was like, I kind of need to match your vibe, but I was like, I don't really have anything because I was like, everything has like a rhinestone like showgirl costume. I was like, oh, I don't really want to wear that. Also, because like I had to like leave and come to Brighton, so I was like, I need something that I can just like walk around the town in.
Yeah.
So.
For me, especially the way I approached the show was I have to really kind of hone in on. Sometimes you're just wearing stuff for the gig, and that's like a really nice reality of Drag Race. Is that like you get to create things that you would never wear in the real world. And my Brit Gala is a gown that I've always kind of known I wanted, but like, what am I hosting karaoke in it? Like, what am I doing in it? So it was really like lovely chance to flex that creative muscle. But then again, I think like you put a lot of pressure on yourself to be like, okay, especially for someone like you. Like I know for me, like I like to look nice. I'm not a particularly fashion orientated queen.
Yeah.
Whereas I know what I think is so wonderful about yourself is that you have like a really clear fashion eye in a way that's really not serious. Like you're not afraid to play with like dimension and character. And I think that's why I wasn't gagged when I heard you got on. So like you said, you were quite green in comparison to Bonnie, who's 10 years in the oven. Like such a clear creative vision. And, you know, sometimes on Drag Race UK, I feel like, no shade, like some of the queens are easily interchangeable with girls from the real world. I'm like, oh, I can see why. If you didn't cast X, you could cast Y or Z.
Yeah.
But I feel like if we're casting you, I can't even really think of another queen I'd worked with in the scene who could like take your place. I feel like it was really meant for you.
Thank you so much. I was very honored to be like the personality high of Drag Race.
The confessional time is where you make your money.
Literally, because I'm like, very evidently they did not feature me for anything else but just my presence in the workroom.
How did you find your experience being on the show, like expectation versus reality? And anything that you want me to cut in post, you can
No.
cut, right?
Okay, I'm trying to think how to word this. And this is also like really good prep for me as well because I have my interviews on Tuesday. So this is really good prep. Okay, my expectations of the show. I mean, I'm going to be very, very real. Did I walk into the show thinking I was going to win? Realistically, probably not. But I was like, I don't think it's impossible. I just thought it would be very unlikely. But I was like, I think, like I have enough. And if they feature me and they care for me, I could probably make top 4. Like maybe a little bit of rigor for a but like I think I could make it.
Industry term, yeah.
Exactly. But like I thought I could like, maybe squeeze through a little bit. So that's kind of my expectation. I was like, you know what? It won't be the smoothest ride, but like I don't think it's just impossible for me to make it. But the reality of it was really just, oh, she's in danger. Like from the get-go, I was a bit like, and it's the thing, I'm not really like someone to like compare myself to other girls or anything. So like I've never really been to like, oh, I feel like I'm out of my depth or anything like that. I didn't really feel that way because I was like, well, yeah, maybe like Paige is like a better dancer, or this person is like more funny or like more just like naturally comedic or like more fashionable or whatever. But I'm like, well, I have like attributes and aspects that they don't have that I value. Like, sure, maybe this person's like is funny, but like, what do they look like? Or maybe this person is like
That's a read, but okay.
No. Or like maybe this person is like in like the nicest way. Or like maybe like, this person is more like is a dancer, but like what does their body look like? And it's just like because I have like things to me that are like really, really important. So it's like maybe not everyone has those attributes. So I didn't really feel the need to compare myself to anyone. But when you're in a competition, you're being compared to everyone. And it was kind of like, especially like with like I think last episode, being told that it was like, you're okay, you're kind of good now, but like you're just not as good as everyone else. It's a bit like, oh, that kind of sucks.
No, I completely get what you mean. And I think that when I walked into Drag Race, I really thought I could win. And listen, I'm only at the halfway point. I still might. But I think the first week for me was a real shell shock.
Yeah.
Because it is television. They're just things that you've never really been cognizant of. And I've done TV work before. Like I was on Strictly. I won't go over the resume.
Wait, really?
Yeah, very briefly.
Wait, like as a contestant?
No, not as a contestant. No, so they did like a little section a couple of years ago when they had John and Joanna, so like the first male pairing, and they had like queer people speak about like the importance of it. So it cut to me like for every person of colour watching at home, every queer person, Bear in mind, never watched an episode of Strictly in my life, but I can act. So I think that you have to kind of identify your own USPs, don't you? And going in, I was like, why do I think I'm the UK's next drag superstar? I think I'm inherently quite political in what I do. Even like my approach to stuff, it doesn't always have to be so like wave the picket flag, but I will do it. I think more than that, especially the times that we're living in, like as queer people and as people of colour, and like you also have to be cognizant of your own privileges. And so I've said to myself as well, going in, I was like, okay, what am I representing? Who am I doing it for? Because even to be on Drag Race, it's a very privileged position to have. Like by the time this airs, we film this, obviously talk about my experiences as a child of like childhood sexual assault. And I always knew, I've mentioned it in every one of my tapes, because I was like, if I'm going to have the platform, I'm going to use it candidly. And now other charities want to raise for down the line throughout the season, but in particular this week I'd be driving for the Survivors Trust, who their resources really helped me. And I knew that I was like, okay, I don't think they've had a queen, especially a queen of colour, who has such a similar skill set to me, because I feel like in the past that's such a wide array of melanated talent, but they've kind of very much been sometimes pigeonholed as like, I'm the fierce diva, and like I think I'm fierce, but I don't think it's the first adjective somebody would use to describe me. I was like, okay, I have a USP, I know I can sing, I can act, I can host, I've done like roasts. I just think that I've got, as long as I can get through a sewing challenge, which I managed to, there's nothing that like really intimidates me.
I mean, you're really big like all-rounder in drag, I'd say.
Thank you, look at my breast, thank you. But doing it, like every day was just like so different and really draining. We're women of the night, and like getting up at 6:30 every morning to go film took me out. And like you were doing like a full beat for these confessionals in the morning as well. I was like, fair play to Diva.
I mean, I had no choice, because I thought confessionals just like once a week. So I was like, oh yeah, I could put makeup on like once a week, and they're like, no, it's every single day. And I was like, shit,
you've already done it now.
Like, literally, I'm like, it's established, I have to do it every day.
Yeah, continuity.
I'm an early bird actually. Like I'm really good at like waking up and like just getting on with the day, rise and shine, like.
Quite Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
Which, fun fact, is who she does a Snatch game in her tape.
No, yeah, I did Kim Kardashian for my stand, which was kind of bad, but like it was kind of funny, like in a bad way though. But
Snatch games don't hit the same in the tape. Like I've watched girls from past seasons, some including people who've won the Snatch game, and seen their tape and been like, that's really boring.
I think
but it's just boring in a room on your own with no one to laugh at the joke.
That's what I was gonna say. I think it's just like the thing of like doing it in a room alone, because like doing something like in a room alone, like no matter what it is, it's just gonna be boring. It's like even like you could lip sync, you can dance, you could do whatever. Like even like, I'm pretty sure like if Beyonce was just like singing like on, I mean it'd still be amazing. Don't get me wrong. But like if she was just like in her room by like empty ambience, no nothing, just singing, it'd be kind of like good voice.
Yeah.
But like what else?
There's Beyonce, Shantae, you stay is what you said, honey. What I think a lot of my friends now we've got an on, which is fierce, have asked for like advice. And what I've kind of said to all of them, especially from watching other tapes from our season alone, is that they cast you because someone like Bones, for instance, such an incredible fashion eye. If she can do comedy and stuff, that's helpful. But really, they're like, we want to see the best looks you've got and stuff. And like Katrin on the same, so like reeks of charisma, so much personality.
Yeah.
And so if she looks good and does all these things as well, that's a plus.
Exactly.
But really, we want you to bring the funny. And like, I think especially for you, not only do you have like such an incredible visual eye, but in your tape alone, I was like, she clearly like full of star presence.
Yeah.
And so when I heard you were going, I was nervous because in the way that I think I'm like established and I know what I'm doing. And listen, I still, as you saw on the show, still got a lot to learn. And I think we all came there to challenge ourselves and grow and like learn new things. But also I was like, I know people are going to be so enamored with Bella that I wouldn't be surprised if Rue was like, oh, Tayris, like you. Like, Bella's just more entertaining than you. When you left on that whole day was a big day, especially for me with that chat. But like when you left set, I knew it was really the best for you. I knew you found a release.
Oh, I mean, I don't think a contestant has ever skipped off the runway when they got eliminated because I was just that happy to leave.
Do you think they'll keep in KK by? Well, no, by now. But
I hope they keep the KK by in. I hope so. They already robbed us of like the chain, so I hope they keep KK by.
Do you want to explain that?
Okay, so the chain situation in the first lip sync, which was horrible, by the way. I admit that.
It wasn't horrible.
No, it was bad.
I would have won it, to be clear. But it wasn't
no. You would have demolished. You would have demolished. Okay, but in my defense, I had a clock on my head. I had chains on my feet. I couldn't really do much. Plus, I was an emotional wreck. But anyways, in the lip sync, I do like this high kick. Well, maybe like a medium kick, to be fair.
I'd say it was high, yeah.
Okay, yeah. It was like a good maybe like a good like 70 degree kick. So I did this kick, and one of my chains literally flies off of my leg, and I kid you not, right against RuPaul. And I literally just see like Alan Carr and that guest judge, the one with the teeth, what's his name?
The one with the teeth.
Joel
Dommett.
Yeah, that one. I literally just see like the two of them like ducking and diving and like screaming, and then RuPaul just like stunned. So in that moment I was like, I'm going home. I'm going home.
Work.
Because like,
I don't know if I can say this on camera, but I'll just say it and I'll cut it if not. Do you know what I found out the other day? Was there anyone you were really wishing would be there as a guest judge?
As a guest judge, I really want to Brie Runway. I'm assuming because he was like the British people.
Yeah.
I know it would not happen, but I would have loved to have Naomi Campbell.
Did I tell you I met her recently? Well, no, I didn't meet her, but she was at the same thing as
Was
me.
it at the Miley Cyrus thing? Yeah. I think that Taste like fully cancelled like a bunch of gigs for. And
She was supposed to do the gig with me.
Yeah.
I did this play out in Portsmouth called Knees Up, and she was supposed to be the headliner, but she had the clash, and she'd rather meet Naomi Campbell. So they got in Cara Mel, who's now she's moved back to the States now, don't they?
Has she?
Yeah, after the foot. After the tramp, you know.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, that.
That whole drama. Oh damn, gag.
I was with the person who called her a tramp the other day, and he really wants to sleep with me.
Oh.
But I was like, I'm not really on the market. Now I've got Katrin. Did you feel a sense of relief when you left the show?
Oh, absolutely. Because to be honest, like I can say this because it's literally documented in Gay Times. I had attempted to quit like a couple times on the show. Like I definitely like wanted to quit. I have mixed feelings about not quitting. Ultimately, I'm happy I didn't quit just because I think I needed to not quit for myself. And I think, I mean, if I quit, then like so many like fabulous moments such as these would not have happened if I quit the show.
And I was like, let's get some really lovely pictures of us and some really terrible moments for us.
Exactly.
We all had to change our lyrics a little bit. Like, for instance, I had, what's a stem? It was like, treasure, beauty, I am the idol, slicker than a river, go streamless thing on Tidal. And they were like, you can't mention Tidal. And I was like, I'll scrap the whole thing. But you had one that was just like, pussy or something. And they were like, you can't have that.
So my original one was like very just like, C-U-N-T, what, I don't know like what the melody was, but it was like, C-U-N-T-Y, bitch, you can't deny, something like that. I don't like, yeah, you can't say cunty. And I was like, okay, so can I say pussy? And they're like, no. And I was like, So what the fuck am I going to talk about then?
That's my whole life.
Like, hello, like that's what I do. It's be pussy, be cunty.
yeah,
And then, like,
you see her walking in the ballroom. She's being cunty and pussy. Yeah.
exactly. And then after that, like I kind of had the idea to have like do you know that City Girl song? Or like it's also like a Vine, I think, where it's like that girl at work and then she's like talking to her manager, like the manager like cancels her shift. And she's like, "This is for Rachel, you dumb fat ugly." Yeah. So I was gonna do that for Rue, just because like one of the guys on set was like, "You can't do that," and I was like, I kind of knew I couldn't, but I was like, I just wanted to see. And so then I was like, okay, I obviously can't include like that because that's just like a bit crazy. It would have been iconic if they let me have it. So I was like, okay, I can't have that. But I was like, well, I still have feelings I want to express. I like did my best to like, keep it in like with a little like think I'm fake, da 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 da.
And they liked it. They thought it was like on the nose, and it was like I think it's like charming.
I mean, they say they liked it, but I don't know. I don't really.
Not enough to save you, don't we?
Like, I don't know. I mean, clearly not enough.
No, they saved you another week. Yeah. Nyongbella and the girls. I was like, no. I think if you'd have picked Nyongbella and the boys, I'd be like, fuck it, that's camp. Yeah.
Do you know what? And the thing is, I actually wanted to go like Nyongbella and the boys, but I was like, no, it'd be nice.
Oh, so you know what drags are like. Who knows what gender's who?
That's the thing. I was like, no, it'd be
I
nice.
live in Brighton, honey. No one's safe.
Let me be nice, but like, oh, Nyongbella and the girls. But I really want to say like Nyongbella and the boys, like Nyongbella and friends.
You wanted to be like Nyongbella and the bricks.
Yeah. But I think it would have been so iconic, Loki. You know what? All I'm going to say, like, they're so lucky I was a team captain. Because if I was, that would be the team. I'm not discussing it. That's the team name. Like,
yeah, real.
Deal with it.
Even though we haven't seen it, we'll talk a little bit about the acting challenge. So, because Bella told me as well, talk about setting your team up. Like, luckily it wasn't judged in teams. But I mean, Bella told me later on, she was like, do you know what? I don't think I even read the script. Like, they gave it to me and I was like, I don't want to be here. I want to go home. So she didn't even open it till they got onto set. Like, does everyone know their lines? She's like, I haven't even read the script. I'm really sorry. So you're sat there dressed as a gimp horse. Being like, I don't know what I'm doing. Nay, nay.
A padded BBL horse. I had no clue what the script was about. I didn't read it. So I was just like, all right, let's just go. And then Michelle's like, and action. I'm like, God, I don't know my fucking lines.
You're like, nay, nay.
Literally. Although I will say, I actually kind of like not nailed it because they kept making me do it over and over again. But like, I kind of got the lines pretty.
Went home, can't have nailed it.
Like, to be fair, I actually kind of like got the lines pretty okay. Then Michelle just kept asking me to do it over and over again. And I started like getting confused and like messing it up. But hey.
Nay, nay.
Nay, nay, nay.
Oh, bless. Well, I feel like, you know, now it's all said and done. What do you feel like now it's done, you really want to get out of it?
I think, you know, I'm excited that I have a good bit of fanfare, if I do say so myself.
You are a fan favourite without fail.
I'm hoping that is the case, and I'm hoping it translates to opportunities and just like doors opening for me. And I think I kind of just want like world domination. I just want to like be everywhere and anything.
Really?
Like I want to be in every single industry, every single facet.
Honestly, I think that you're a superstar, and I think that, you know, we had like a small level relationship before,
No,
but really, I'd met you under 5 times.
Yeah.
You know, I think you definitely had some like really important conversations and presence on the show. And I think like we can both kind of say from our experience as people of colour, sometimes I find that there's a really difficult line between it's not our burden to have to educate people, but sometimes you have to also like hold space. I hate that the term's been ruined by like Wicked.
The Wicked thing,
you have to like leave pause for people to kind of understand that like it's not their lived experience, so they're not prompted to think about it naturally. Yeah, I think that ultimately, you know, as queer artists of colour, not only do I love having you there for that, but like I really made sure in a way that some people don't often see maybe in some of the white queens on seasons. Going into the show, I was like, I don't have the money, so I can't always have the style, and I don't always have like the personal security as a human being in this world. What I know I can have in every single thing I do on this show is a substance. The
edit's been like so wonderful to me, honestly, because it's like, I'm like, wow, I look so happy. I look like I'm having so much fun.
Also, girl, it's what you deserve. It really is.
No, 100%. Like, I feel like the edit really captures the person that I was on set, regardless of like some other things that are happening on set. But like, it was really good, and I'm so happy for that as well.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. Where can they find you, babe?
Thank you so much for having me. So you can find me on Instagram. I don't use it much, but I'm learning to use it at Nyongbella_. I'm praying by the time this comes out, I'm verified. Are you verified?
No, don't do black girls dirty.
Have you submitted your thing?
I have. Did it 2 or 3 days ago.
Okay,
and Bonnie had it in a day.
Yeah, I submitted mine as well, but I haven't got it yet. So hopefully I'll be verified at Instagram. You can find me there. I have a Twitter. I'm actually very active on Twitter, to be honest.
Shit, we both are. Really.
We're very active on Twitter. So catch me on Twitter again at Nyongbella.
Well, thank you so much for coming, Nyongbella. I've been your host, Tayris Mongardi. You can catch both of us on RuPaul's Drag Race UK Series 7, Shimon and I Player, BBC 3, you know the T. Thank you for joining us for the first episode of BBL. Woo! And we'll see you very soon. Right, off what do black people do now? Off to the chicken shop, off we go.
Aren't you vegetarian?
Yeah, she knows to get a Subway anyway.
I think Subway is vile. I think
Okay.
I think it's a character fault.
Character.
To be quite honest with you.
Well, listen, people at home, don't listen to that. I want a sponsorship. We'll see you very soon.
And that's when you're like lower in my ranking. Subway. Of like the girls in the car. So like, what do you mean Subway?
I take that.